Hey guys, the POV photo guy here, and today I'm talking about the ultra compact LED lights for events, weddings or even vlogs. I'm a destination photo and videographer, and a lot of times I'm carry both system, my photo system and video system. Packing my gear is very important, traveling with 3-4 bodies, lenses, drones, microphones, everything. So for me the compact setup is very important. This video is not sponsored by Zhiyun, but they reached me out and sent over this Molus X100. But before that I already ordered the Godox ML100 and the Cinepeer CX100. And now let's find out what is the difference between these LED lamps and which is my favorite one. These LED lamps actually not only good for wedding videographers, but if you are a vlogger or you shoot commercials or like talking head videos, it's perfect to light up the space or give a nice hair light. Let's see what is the similarities with these three LED lamps. First, each one is 100 watt. Each one is bicolor from 27,000 to 64,000. And let's compare the size. As you can see, the Godox is way smaller than the Zhiyun. A little bit thicker than the Zhiyun, what is thinner. It's not a huge difference. And if you see the size, it's smaller, but it has a big downside of the Godox. There is no inbuilt power in the Godox. What means you have to use a power bank or you have to use a DC cable to power it. What can cause a bigger problem? Because you have to buy a power bank. So then it will be bigger than the Zhiyun. The other problem is mostly for me as a wedding videographer. We use these lamps mostly for reception or for example during dinner at speeches. As I'm mainly shooting in Italy, Greece and France, a lot of times dinners, parties are happening outside and it's almost impossible to find any power source around the space. And you cannot carry with you like a 30-meter cable to juice up this Godox. So as a wedding videographer, I guess 99% you have to use power banks. Even you have a juicy power bank what is capable to give 100 watt, you have jumping in another issue. Where to put the power bank? Because usually as a destination wedding videographer I have to carry on very lightweight stick stands, what is not the normal C stand what we use for normal videographer projects. So either you need a very long cable to put the power bank on the ground or gaff tip it or stick it somehow to your stand, but that is very clunky and I don't want to rely on that. This Godox is really high quality, the plastic is very great, and to be honest, if I have to choose, I prefer the look of the Godox rather than the Zhiyun. I think this is more sexy, it just looks way better. However, if you can check, we can see a lot of signs everywhere, and this is because they give a lot of warnings like this is a hot product, you have to be cautious and just only professional video makers can use it. But these stickers are removable. However, in the Godox it's painted here, you cannot take it off. It's not a sticker, it's just painted here. Because both lamps are very powerful, 100 watt, you need a very active cooling system. In the Zhiyun there is one big fan, on the Godox there is two small fans, and on the top and the bottom you can see the whole body is designed to cooling down this plastic very small and powerful LED lamp. To put on a stand in the bottom you can see a hole, you can screw it, and on the back you can see the power on button. There is two ports on the side, the DC and the USB-C, where you can plug in and power this lamp. The Godox has a plus feature, it has built-in effects like a SOS or fireworks or TV or bulb, but honestly I'm not really using it as a wedding videographer. And now let's talk about the Zhiyun lamps. Are they identically similar? Yes. Are they perform the same? Yes. So what is the big difference between the two? As you can see, they are identically similar. The Cinepeer CX100 has a built-in adapter power bank, meanwhile the Molus X100 has a removable battery. It's very easy, just plug. That's so cool. And this adapter or power bank not only removable, but you can use it as a power bank. There is a USB-C port, so for example you can charge your phone, and in the meantime you can still use this lamp because you can power it from the bottom. Now let's find out the other differences. I have to tell you why I'm not removed these stickers. I don't know why the Chinese are designed this way, but this device, it's really hard to turn on, and it's even written an instruction how you turn on. So one single, one long, and it's nothing happening. Again, nothing happening. What's wrong? How you can turn it on? So it's very important how fast and how long press the button. One single, one longer one, and now turn it, and voila. It's like, I don't know why they designed this way, but it's really frustrating. Meanwhile, on the Molus X100, you have to press once and then dim it. As you see, there is a LED, and now you can see it's turned on. Let's see the other difference. The knobs are different. On the Molus X100 it looks way cooler, like fancier, like metal. It's not metal, it's plastic, but it looks like very fancy. Meanwhile, the Cinepeer CX100, it's more like a plastic and cheap feels. On the Molus X100 we have a mini LED panel, so we can see what is our Kelvin and what is our brightness. On the CX100 we can only see from the knobs. What I figured out, there is cons and pros. The con is, on the knobs it's written the percentage of the light level, and the Kelvin is written on the knobs 6.5K then 5.6K, so it's almost 1,000 difference. So if you want to use it, for example 6,000 Kelvin, it's really hard to figure it out where is the 6,000 Kelvin. Meanwhile, on the Molus X100 it's written on the screen, so you can easily set to your desired Kelvin or power. Meanwhile, what is the downside? So this is 0 power now. Let's figure it out how many turns I have to take. Now it's like 50, and this is the 100. So as you see, this is okay. Let me show you. One turn, 100%, one turn, 0%. Just only this. This is 100. It takes ages. I don't know why. If it with this one, it's just only one turn. You can do it faster, bumping up the power or the temperature. If you press the knob, it is pre-made steps, jumping 50%, 100%, and with the temperature too. But still, in normal mode, it's very slow. And now let's talk about the battery life. On full power, it can be run for half an hour, what doesn't sound too much. But let me tell you, I use these lamps without any reflector or softbox. It comes with a mini reflector, but I'm not really use it because it shapes the lights way condensed, what I don't want. I want to cover the whole party reception area. So usually I'm very surprised, but I only use it for 5 to 10% or maximum 15%. I'm not even used it for 20-30%. In this case, I was able to run it for 2.5 hours. What is enough for reception and party? If I have to light up the dinner area and the speeches, this is not enough, but then you can plug in and power it. Meanwhile, on the Godox, you have to figure it out all the time how to power it. The Godox came with a beam. What is really nice actually, I love it more than the reflector, because the reflector only just little bit condense the light, but the beam is more condensing and more providing a professional light. Keep in mind, both LED lamps has a different mount system, and these are not Bowens mount, but you can buy separately a Bowens mount adapter, so you can use your Bowens softbox or any kind of light shaping objects. I just recently saw Zhiyun just dropped a Fresnel and a barn door, so you can rig up this setup. Let me know which one is your favorite. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.